Okay, folks, if I can install a Google Nest Doorbell, battery powered, and brick and mortar, literally brick and mortar, you can too. So, anyway, stay tuned, watch how I do it, and yeah. Okay, about to get started with my Google Nest Doorbell. So, been using ChatGPT to help me out here. A few little things, you're gonna need a pencil and what have you. But I did need a masonry bit. I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna put this at my front door. Gonna drill into the mortar if I can, or the brick if I have to. But I thought I had a masonry bit, but I had to go pick this one up. So 3/16. So there you have it, folks. Let's see how this goes. This is the battery version, so I do have to charge it every month or so. That's not too bad because I didn't have all of the wiring on our home unit is different. It was a intercom system. So if you have an intercom home doorbell, you can't just interchange it with the Rings or the Google doorbell. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so here's my old doorbell I was talking about. Long story why there's a hole there, but I was trying to upgrade this. It's just hard to do. This is a 20-year-old intercom system. You push the doorbell. It's intermittent these days, and the wiring in here is completely different voltage than you would need for a Ring doorbell or a Google Nest doorbell. So what I have done is I want my doorbell angled ever so slightly towards my front yard here, because this is, you see, got big double wide doors, so it's not like, if someone comes up and they get too close to the door. I was afraid if I didn't angle the doorbell, I might not be able to see them when they get too close to the door. Although, both Ring and Google Nest are pretty good. So I took my pencil, I went and got my, and I have marked, you'll notice, one in the mortar here and one in the brick. So when I ChatGPT'd it, it said if you can do it in the mortar, go for mortar, because two things: it's easier to drill for one, and number two, if you ever want to take the doorbell off and patch it, mortar mix is easy to patch. This will take some matching of, some kind of coloring, gooey stuff that you put in there. But anyway, that's it. So I've got my drill down here. I've got my masonry bit, and I may take a hammer and just try to get a little hole started, because sometimes when you put a drill there, it bounces around all over the place if you can't hold it right on that point. So I'm going to get a hammer and a nail and try to put just tiny holes started right there on those points. So doing this by myself, obviously, or I would have someone else filming for me. Okay, I don't want my drill hole to be any deeper than my plastic, so I need to drill just a little bit more. I'll keep watching that as I'm drilling. So I'm in the mortar right now. I'm going to drill a little bit less than what I've already drilled. See what they're talking about here. It's real easy to drill into the mortar. I'm going to have to put some elbow grease against that right there. Yep, it's harder to drill into. So before I get too excited about drilling more, let's put that there and put that there. Yep, looks like I'm good. You get a little bit of wiggle room. You can see there the wiggle room. This one's a wiggle room left to right. This one's a wiggle room up and down. So I tested it. So let's just go a little deeper. I'm making a little progress here. Wanted to take a break, give my shoulder a break. But I'm guessing this is a 3-hole brick. If you know anything about bricks, if you're looking down here, there's probably a hole here, and a hole there. So I'm probably at a solid part of the thing. Probably not gonna get to the hole of the brick. If you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna have to keep leaning into it until I get it as deep as the plastic punch that goes in. Folks, there she is. And yeah, it's lighting up like it's recognizing someone here. The green light is on. So yeah, I think it looks fine. I think it looks fine where it is. Took a while to drill those holes. Took a minute. Remember your key, I went ahead and put mine on a cheap key ring that I got given to me somewhere down the line. And you just pop it in the back there. This comes up ever so slightly. So, you know, to take it inside, because the USB-C port is on the back of this. So yeah, I'm gonna probably charge it about once a month or so. So that's wrapping it up. Thanks for watching Rod's Random Reviews. Now to make the decision on whether to add multiple mini Google Nest speakers on the various 3 floors of the house to make sure someone's hearing it if someone doesn't have their cell phone close by. Thanks, y'all.